we'll wait till. Okay, so let's start sitting here today and see if you can feel like you're on top of your sit bones. And if you're able to sit cross-legged, then go ahead and do that. And if you're not, if you're just sitting in a chair, or if you just need to have your legs outstretched, that's fine too. I just wanted to do a little kind of a cat-cow and sitting here just to warm up our spine in that way. So let's just inhale and lift the heart and lift the eyes up. And then exhale, let the eyes kind of move down the wall. Look into your belly button. Draw belly button to spine as best you can. So we're going to inhale and lift, open the chest, and exhale, pull belly button to spine. Hollow out the belly as much as you can. So just move with your breath. Really feeling that as much of that belly button to spine action, and drawing this imaginary corset around the waistline as you exhale, and feel that nice hollow in the belly. And then good. And then we'll go ahead and let's just come onto the floor right now. Let's see, is everybody able to, actually, before we do that, because I think everyone here is able to work with their feet a little bit. So now I know many of you can't feel your feet. I can't either, but we're going to just play with our feet a little bit. I'm going to get a little closer here so you guys can see what I'm doing with my foot. But just to kind of activate, bring energy and circulation into these areas that some of us, for spinal cord injury, don't use as much. So let's weave your fingers in between each toe here if you can. You don't have to have your socks off. I took mine off so you could see a little bit better. And you're just going to kind of massage in between each toe. Do a little kind of massage there. And then we're going to go ahead and then bring your hand down to the heel to start with. And we're just going to do some tapping. Tap, 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 tap. And you don't have to be super gentle. Just give it some good energy going through, and you can kind of move that tapping from the heel all the way to the toes, all across the foot. Nice, nice. And then with some nice long strokes, I like to use my knuckles for this, but starting again at the heel and just moving towards the toes, moving into the ball of the foot. And so, of course, you can kind of move starting on the medial, the big toe side, and then moving through the center and then over to the lateral side of the foot, and getting that whole foot. And then we'll go ahead and let's do a little point and flex. So we're going to press into a point. So drawing the toes, and let's try and keep it in a straight line with the shin there to start with if you're able to. So pulling the toes down, lengthening through those toenails, and then just press like you're, you know what a gas pedal foot or a Barbie doll foot looks like. Think about kind of that foot, and then bring it up into flexing the ankle. So you're really flexing the ankle and then back into that flex, that Barbie doll foot, and then toes reach. So just kind of moving through that. And that is, if you are a walker, then we're just kind of moving your foot through the ranges of your gait. So just a little movement. And if you're not a walker, it's nice. It's a great way to kind of begin to pump fluid out of the ankles. If you have swelling, this is a great thing to do. Let's go ahead and do some circles. So if you are able to do circles without your hand, you can do it, do them just with your own energy of your range of motion and muscles. And then we're going to go ahead and place our foot on the floor and see if you can get it into a flat position. And just now in between the toe bones here, I kind of like to kind of take both hands and just draw the fingers up in between each bone, maybe 3 or 4 or 5 strokes, kind of seeing if you can feel that tissue in between the bones. And all toes, in between all toes. And then let's do some quick, fast, energetic from the foot all the way up towards the knee. And you can kind of take it around to the back of the shin, the calf. And great. And then you're going to lengthen that leg out and just give it a little internal, external rotation. So I like to rotate from the thigh bone and kind of guide the knee. So you're just rotating. You get to see my close up of my foot there. But you get the idea, right? Nice. So just feeling that femur bone rotate inside the hip joint, or imagining what it feels like. All right. So that's leg number 1. Let's go over to leg number 2. Take my socks off for you, and we'll start just with that same little massage in between the toes. Get in between the toes. If you have the ability to even kind of thread and pull the toes apart, you can go ahead and do that if you want. Just kind of massaging in there is really nice.
Oh gosh. This is very cool, very relaxing.
Okay. Well, you know, our feet are important whether we stand on them or not. You know, they're our base of support, they're a connection into the ground, and so we need to give them some love sometimes. Let's go ahead and do some tapping. Tap, 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 tap. And Pilates actually, he did a lot of work with the feet and the hands. It's just sort of neglected, and I just thought, well, I'm going to give it to you guys today. So then we'll use the knuckles, and just from the heel towards the big toe, kind of a long stroke, and then towards the middle toes, and then towards the baby toe. And then we'll go ahead and do our little point the toes, and then go into that gas pedal foot, and then flex the ankle, kind of reaching the heel, and then gas pedal and point, and then gas pedal and flex. So just kind of moving in a speed that works for you, pumping that ankle, which actually activates some of those calf muscles and front of the shin muscles. Great. And then we'll go ahead and bring that foot flat onto the floor here again, and just work in between the bones now on the top of the foot. Starting with the big toe, 3 or 4, kind of just pulling those fingers along, nice long strokes. And our last toe here for me. Nice. And then fast, bigger movement from the foot all the way up the shin. And take it to the back of the leg. And then we'll lengthen that leg out. We could spend a whole hour on the feet, but we won't. Okay, and then we'll do our internal and external rotation here. So finding that grip with the femur bone, and then maybe right below the knee or right at the knee, and just rotate internally. And you might kind of feel some stretching in the hips and glutes. Just notice and see if you can feel that, or notice just the energy of what is that movement is creating for you. And okay, so that's kind of just a little different way to start for us today. Now we shall go ahead and come down onto our back. And let's make sure that I have a yoga bolster today. So I'm going to put that underneath my knee. So either a pillow or a couple pillows or something to give the lift the legs up off the mat, so our back actually lays flat along the mat, or flatter anyways. And we'll take ourselves back. And so if you have your towel, like I think most of you do, if you have a position for the head that you end up having your head is cocked up and you end up having a big gap underneath the neck, then fill that gap in with your towel and your head will lift up a little bit, and then it'll give us a nice neutral spine position, a nice neutral cervical spine with that little lift, and then and helps us have more of a neutral lumbar spine when we've got our legs lifted. And I want to make sure I'm not as straight as I could be. Ideally, we want to be lined up, shoulders, ribs, hips, and legs. The legs can open up a little bit here. Let's just start with some little head nods. So as if we're nodding our head yes, and really sliding the back of the head on the towel or the carpet behind you, and reaching the crown of the head long, kind of giving yourself a double chin. So double chin. And feel the back of the neck stretch. So lengthening through that neck. Lengthen. And nice. And then we'll go ahead. Let's draw some imaginary circles on the ceiling with the end of our nose. So we'll drop into a little bit of that chin tuck and then move the nose as if you're drawing that circle on the ceiling, the nose, and even the eyes. You can do 3 or 4 and then go ahead and pause, and let's go the other way. And maybe you feel one direction is more familiar than another. Just noticing that is good. And then good, we'll go ahead and come back to center. All right, let's take a few breaths here now and just open the chest. So we're going to inhale and feel the collarbones kind of melt out towards the side, towards the shoulders. And then exhale, feel the shoulder blades slide down the ribs towards the hips. So inhale, opening the chest. Exhale, glide the shoulder blades down. One more time, open chest. Shoulder blades glide down. And now we're going to kind of think about opening the rib cage. So really widening the ribs from armpit down to the bottom of the rib cage. So inhale, if you can feel the breath, create space between each rib. And exhale, feel the ribs draw together, and maybe just think about melting and softening the chest down. So inhale, ribs get wide. Exhale, melt the chest down. And if you'd like, you can even take your hands, your fingertips on top of your breastbone there. And as you exhale, just feel the chest drop down with your hand or your fingertips there. So inhale wide, create space in that rib cage. And exhale, soften the rib cage down, soften the chest down. And then next, let's inhale into the low back. See if you can imagine making it wide. And also as we inhale, feel the diaphragm really move down towards the belly. Okay, so inhale, wide low back as the diaphragm moves down. And exhale, think belly button sinks down towards the floor. So if you can draw that belly button in towards the mat, then this is your time to start doing that. Inhale, belly button. Exhale, belly button draws in towards the back of the waist, towards the floor. Good. And we're still softening the front body, the chest down as we exhale. Let's take a couple more breaths with that. All of that stuff we talked about above the belly, we don't want to lose. So we still want to feel that width across the chest and the ribs. Nice. All right. Let's go ahead now and lengthen through the crown of the head again. And just with a wide chest, turn and look way to the right. Way over that right shoulder, like you're looking into the basement. Keep your head turned in that direction, but move your eyes to the left. And then move your eyes back down to the right. Maybe you'll turn a little more, move your eyes to the left, and then bring your eyes back to center, your head and eyes back to center. And then we'll do our little chin tuck, turn the head to the left. Eyes really working hard to look through the basement on the left side. And then bring the eyes up and towards the right. And then eyes back towards the left. Maybe getting a little more rotation in the head. And then eyes come forward, head comes forward. And awesome. Okay. Let's now, with our nice wide chest and long neck, just inhale, keeping the chest wide, glide the shoulders up to the ears. And then exhale, glide the shoulder blades away from the ears. Okay, staying wide. So being mindful of not rolling the shoulders forward as you hug the shoulders, as you draw the shoulders up towards the ears. So staying nice and wide, feeling the shoulder blades move on the mat if you can. Inhale up and exhale down, and then coming back to what feels like a neutral position for you. Now we'll bring our arms over the chest. Inhale, reach, touch the sky. And then exhale, drop. Heavy arms drop down. So gravity drops them down. Inhale, reach, and then let them go. Let's do a few of those just to really feel the movement of the blade along the rib cage. Getting used to feeling the shoulder blade settle and ground onto the mat. And this time we're going to reach. Good. Keep reaching as we reach the arms over the head. Take a breath here, reach a little more. And as we exhale, soften the chest down towards the floor. Draw those low ribs in. Feel the ribs draw together. Get all the air out. And inhale, bring the arms back over the chest and drop the arm bones. So sometimes I can talk and kind of give you lots of little things to think about here. But if you feel like you've gotten all the air out, every last bit, then go ahead and bring your arms back over the chest. We'll do about 3 more of these. So inhale, reach, touch the sky. Exhale, overhead. Get all the air out, soften the chest down. Squeeze, belly button to spine to squeeze that last bit out. Arms come back over the chest, drop those arm bones. Again, reach. I'm just going to do one word cue and overhead. Exhale deeply, all the air. Inhale back over the chest and drop those arm bones. This time we're going to press those palms down into the mat. Okay, so alongside the hips, shoulders are back, and then feel them
Why
reach
on so
down
high?
towards the hips and
Right.
press into the
Yeah.
mat. Reach for those fingertips as you press.
That's
2,
good. That's good.
3. Now deeply exhale. Really press hard as you press and exhale. Great. Release those arms. And then we'll bring the palms so they're facing the body, pinky side of the arm down. We'll just keep them by the hips there. Again, think shoulders back. So opening that chest and shoulder blades glide down. Press into the mat. Press. 2, 3. Pressing. Feel the fingertips reach long in the direction of your feet. They're pressing. Deeply exhale as you press. Release. And we'll do palms up. So flip the palms up to the sky, which means you're probably rotating those shoulders a little bit more open even. So that a little bit more of the back of the arm is on the mat. Good. Shoulders are back, and then blades are reaching down towards the back hip pockets, and reach and press. Press into the mat for 5 more seconds. Good. Press. 2, 3, and deeply exhale these last couple seconds, all the air out as you press. And release. I know my seconds kind of get long sometimes. That's okay. You guys can do your best with your pressing there. Let's now bring the arms out into a 45-degree angle away from your body. So about halfway up between a T and your own body there. Okay, let's start with pinky side of the hand down. Reach to those fingertips. Shoulders back and down. Reach to those fingertips and press. And now you really can feel that back, down, and together of the shoulder blades, aiming that inferior angle in towards the spine as you press. And we'll release. Flip our palms down. Same thing, shoulders back, down, and together, and press. Reach long through the fingertips. Reach long through your elbows as you press. Press. 2, 3. Release. Palms up. Same thing, open chest, shoulders back down together, and press. Press. Pressing. Give it some energy. Give it your all there. Open that chest. Activate your mid back and release. And now we'll bring our arms into the letter T. Straight out from your shoulders. So you've made a right angle here at your shoulder joint. Okay, so nice open chest here again. Maybe feeling even more of those muscles around your shoulder blades, and we'll press. Squeeze those shoulder blades together and then down. Good. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Press. Reach to the fingertips still. And release. We'll flip our palms down. So pressing here. Open chest. Squeeze those shoulder blades back down together and press. Reach those arms. Press, press, press. And release. And flip our palms up. Last little set here. Give it your extra attention. Shoulders back. Feel them on the mat. Down and together, and squeeze those shoulder blades together as you press. Press. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Awesome. Let's just do some nice kind of sweep, scoop the arms up and overhead. and then a little bit of a snow angel coming down. So sweep like you're throwing confetti over your head, and then you're going to bring your arms down around the body like a snow angel. We just had snow here in Montana, so I'm not kidding when I say snow angel. Nice. And as you bring the arms down into that snow angel, feel the shoulder blades lead. Let's reverse the motion there. Thumbs are going to lead up, and then elbows, kind of soft elbows, lead you down. Inhale up. Exhale, pull down. And as you exhale, pull down, you can even think about pulling belly button to spine if you have that action. Nice. Okay, let's now bring the arms back out to that letter T. And we're going to do just some little rotation of kind of like an integration of the arm into the rib cage. And I'm just going to give you guys a little better view of my arm here. So we'll start with the right hand, and let's just start here by pulling, almost like you're scooping the fingers towards the wrist there. So you might feel the back of the wrist stretch, and then pull that fist, almost like you're going to try and bring it into the elbow, but of course you can't do that. Bring it to the shoulder. And then we're going to open up the hand so you can press across the chest and just reach as far as you can over towards the other arm across the shoulder. And then allow that right shoulder to fall to the mat, the right arm, the right elbow, the forearm. Keep the hand kind of scooped, and then you're going to extend the hand, the fingers, really reach through those fingers. So let's do that one more time. Scoop the hand, bring the hand towards the shoulder, open up the hand, press across the chest, and reach towards that opposite arm and hand even. Take a breath here. So you're breathing into in between that shoulder blade and spine there. And then you can use your exhale to allow the weight of the shoulder blade to pull the arm down, and then the elbow brings the arm down, and then the hand opens up. Great. So now we're going to do that on the other side. So I'm going to do my left side, so I won't be moving on the right side. But you're going to scoop the fingers up again, bring the fingers towards the wrist, and then bend that left wrist hand into the shoulder, and then press it across the chest over to the other hand and reach. Take a breath in between that shoulder blade and spine, and then exhale, allow the weight of the shoulder blade to pull the arm, which pulls the elbow, which pulls the forearm, and then reach to those fingertips one more time with that hand in that same way. I'll let you kind of, you're just articulating through the arm and hand joints into the back and bringing it all the way back. Okay. So now both arms are in that T again. So let's start with the right hand, and we're going to do a little rotation. So squeeze that right shoulder blade onto the back and rotate that hand so the thumb is down and the palm is really reaching or facing the direction that your head is reaching. So squeeze that shoulder blade onto the back. Keep squeezing it onto the back, but rotate the hand and the forearm around. So maybe you'll start to feel some stretching across the elbow, and then that will lead, and then bring the shoulder around to rotate the other direction. And then bring that shoulder blade back onto the back, rotate the arm, articulating through, and take your time with this and really feel as if you have a tight sleeve. You're in like a a tight sweater and it's kind of twisted, right? And so you're just going to twist your arm inside that sweater and rotate around to the front. And one more time, bring the shoulder blade back onto the back. Rotate the upper arm and then bring it back. So I hope that makes sense to you all, and I hope it kind of opens up some different things in the hand and the elbow and the shoulder, feeling this connection into the back. Let's go to the other arm. So again, we're going to rotate. I'll do it with this this hand again, just in case you want to see. You're going to rotate that palm towards the direction of the head. Squeeze that shoulder blade onto the back. Good. And then you're going to keep the shoulder blade squeezing onto the back for as long as it can. Rotate the hand around and then allow that shoulder blade to roll up and forward, which of course we hardly ever tell you to do, right? And then you're going to bring the shoulder blade back and then articulate through the arm, the elbow, the forearm, the hand. And then again, the hand, the forearm, the arm, the shoulder. And then again, the shoulder, the arm, the elbow, the forearm, the hands. Nice. Now let's do that. Both hands working together in opposition. Are you guys all with me still?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay. So let's do right hand. The thumb will be down and the palm will be facing in the direction of the head. And then the other hand, the left hand, will be, the thumb will be up and the shoulder is kind of wanting to roll forward. So we're going to rotate and you can look at the hand that is up. So my palm is, the thumb is down, my palm is towards the ceiling and I'm looking towards that hand. And then I'm going to roll and face the other way and roll that, that opposite shoulder forward as you connect the right shoulder onto the back, the left shoulder rolls forward. And just kind of moving through that a few times and getting that connection of the arm, the hand, the arm, the shoulder, the back. All right. Awesome, awesome. Well, wasn't that fun? Let's go ahead now and get to a little bit more movement. Let's bring the hands alongside the hips here again. Nice open chest. And again, we're going to go into our head nod position. This time we're going to curl just the head and neck off of the mat, but pull the shoulder blades onto the mat and deeply exhale here. Hold the belly and soften the chest down. All the air out. And then lengthen through the neck and the head as you come down. We'll do that 2 more times and just focusing on really getting that last bit of air out. When you think you have no more air in there, see if you can pull the ribs in a little bit more to get a tiny bit more air out. So we'll do that again. Head nod, curl up, and deeply exhale. Lengthening as you come down. And one more time. And curling head and neck up, shoulders back and down. Reach your fingertips. Deeply exhale, reach the fingertips. Stretching the crown of the head to the sky. And lengthening down. So that should kind of help you start to engage your core a little bit. What you might have of your core. Let's just turn your head to the right and to the left a couple times after doing that. Just right and left and right and left. And nice. All right. For those, actually, let's go ahead and bring our arms, first of all, with bent elbow to a right angle. And we'll start with our palms up today towards our face, shoulders back and down. And as if we're pulling on a Theraband, we'll use the Theraband a little bit later if you have one. So you're going to squeeze our shoulders back, and as if you're pulling some tension. Feel those shoulder blades drop back and down. And then keep the back muscles active as you bring the arms back. You're rotating this part of the arm, the upper arm, okay? So we're gonna do that again. Open the door and then closing the door and open the door, rotating that arm bone and close the door. Let's do palms facing each other. So thumbs are kind of towards you, and we're gonna press the arms open and then keep pressing as you bring the arms back. Press the arms open, squeeze the elbows into your waist and then rotate back. One more time, squeeze the elbows in towards your waist. Give them an extra squeeze there. See what you feel. And then we'll flip the palms towards in the direction of your thighs. Same thing. Opening the door. Bringing it back. Rotate that arm out. Good. Squeeze the elbow in towards the waist. And one more time, open. And bringing it back to center. So now if you have your Theraband, which I didn't talk about it at the beginning of class today, but I think for the most part, most of you have been bringing one. Does everyone have one?
Oh, I guess.
Looks like it. If you don't, you can just use, kind of do the same kind of energy of the movement and imagine you're pressing against resistance. But we're going to do some external rotation, basically the same motion we were just doing, but now we'll hold the band and let's rotate the thumbs out. So we're like little hitchhiker thumbs. Okay, so we're still laying on our back. And whenever you're ready, we'll get started. We're going to do 10. Here, you guys. Is everyone down?
Yes.
Okay. All right, I don't want you to miss out. Okay, so we're going to pull the thumbs apart, squeeze the elbows together, and open up that band. And you want to have enough tension so that you can go to your full range of motion, but you don't want to have so much tension that you end up not being able to go to your full range of motion. Okay, so we're going to pull apart and control that band back, and pull apart and control that band back. So open and staying long through the neck still. Keeping those shoulders drawn back and down as you open, as you pull the band apart. Let's do 2 more. Pull apart and pull apart. And good, good. Now with your band, let's reach over the chest. And you can have your hands just wrapped around so that your palms would be facing in the direction of your feet here. And we're gonna pull, I want you to give yourself enough tension so that you can pull the band apart across the chest and bring the arms all the way to the floor in the letter T. Squeeze the shoulder blades together there, press into the floor, and then control that. Okay, so we'll pull apart and control back and pull apart and control back. We're going to do 10 of these. So I think that's 4 and 5. And we can inhale as we open. So we get this sense of expansion across the chest. And nice. Maybe 2 more. and 1. And good. Okay, let's do now a cross pattern. So bringing the band as if we're going to make an X on the ceiling. So we're going to pull the left arm down in that X and the right arm up and hitchhike the thumb up. Let's look at the arm that goes up and then bring the arms back to center. So look at the arm that goes up and back to center. And look at the arm and back to center. Good. Look and look. Now we're going to go to the other side. So let's do left arm is going to go high, right arm is going to go low. So look at the left as you bring that left arm up. Look left. And nice. And look left. Hitchhiking that left arm, left hitchhiker thumb. And do one more here. And now we're going to do the switches, alternating. So now you're going to bring right arm up, look right. Back to center, left arm up, look left. Back to center, right arm goes up, look right and up. Good. And left arm goes up, look at that left hand. Good. One more time to the right, look at it. One more time to the left, look at it. Awesome. Okay. Let's go ahead now and come on to our belly. And so it's nice to have your towel, of course, close by for your face if you want. And get yourself situated there. Okay, you guys all good? Ready to go? Let's start with our hands just underneath the forehead. Okay, and we're going to do just some little head floats here. So just heads on the floor, flat, and just in on top of the hand. You're just going to float the head up in line with the spine. So you're giving yourself that little double chin and then lowering down and float the head up in line with the spine and lowering down. And so if you are, if you have the ability to do this, you're going to lift your upper body along with. So you're going to lift the arms along with that head float if you have the ability to do it. If you do that, notice that you really have to turn on the low belly. So think about pushing the pubic bone into the mat and lifting the low belly away from the mat as you float that upper body up. I want to see what I can see here. So your elbows should be wide, right? Your hands are underneath the forehead and you're just lifting up. Belly is lifted away from the mat. And lowering down and lifting up and lowering down and good. One last one. We'll lift up. Next. And then we'll lower down. And let's bring the hands just out. We'll first of all, you're gonna roll your towel up. So if you don't have the ability to lift up into that position with your core, then you're gonna support your head. So I recommend rolling the towel up so that you can have your head in line with your spine. So you don't have this, you're not in this forward head position. You really are trying to find our neutral cervical spine. And then we're going to bring our hands just alongside the body. And, you know, in the future, if you guys want to use a 1 pound weight or a 2 pound weight or a can of soup, you can use a can of soup here to do some arm lifts. And it's a nice way just to get a little bit more strength building in there. All right. But shoulders, make sure we have good form here. Shoulders back, neck long, and shoulder blades reaching down into the back hip pockets as we press the arms up to the sky. Press. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Shoulders back and down every time. 10. And then we'll bring our arms out into that 45-degree angle. The same thing, shoulders back and down and reach long, reach. You can either have your hands in a fist, reach to the knuckles, or you can have your hands, fingertips long, reach to the fingernails. 3, 2, 1. Bring our arms into, let's bring our arms into the letter W. So your elbows are bent at about shoulder height here. And your hands are a little bit wider than your elbows. And then we're going to lift those arms, squeeze those shoulder blades in towards the spine as you lift. And you can aim the elbows down towards the hips as you lift. So lift. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nice. Let's come up onto our elbows now. All right. Just let your head go. Just kind of let it relax and stretch down. See if you can lift the belly. Pull the shoulder blades back and then bring the head in line with the spine. And we'll do just a little drop the chest. And then press the chest away from the floor by pushing into the elbows and the forearm. Good. So we're going to drop the chest and then press away and drop the chest and press away. Do one more time. Drop and then press. Now let's find that place where we have a neutral shoulder position. If you have low belly muscles, pull that low belly away from the floor. Okay, pull that low belly away from the floor to help support everything. And we're going to reach reach one arm out to the side and kind of like you're going to pull the carpet and then pull it back into center. And then reach the other one out to the side, pull it back to center. Out to the side, center. Out to the side, center. Now we're going to reach that hand over just straight forward ahead. So reach forward and center. Reach forward and center. So as you're doing your reaches, think about really stabilizing that shoulder that isn't moving. So if you're, for instance, if you're reaching with your right hand, you're going to stabilize that left shoulder blade back and down. Okay, if you're reaching with the left hand, you're going to stabilize that left shoulder blade back and down.
Do you need the pillow?
Yeah. Let's do one more
Thank you.
combination here. So we're going to reach the left arm out to the left, to the side. And then you're going to reach it up to the top. And then you're going to bring it back to center. So let's do the same arm again. Left arm, and keep that right shoulder blade stabilizing back and down. Okay, so left arm is going to reach out to the side and then to the top and then bring it back in. One more time. Out to the side, top, and bring it back in. All righty, dighty. So now we'll do the right arm is going to reach out to the side and up to the top and bring it back in, stabilizing this left shoulder blade back and down. Right arm reach out to the side, to the top, and bring it in. And one more time, reach it out to the side, to the top, and bring it in. Awesome. Let's go ahead now and just bring our hands along in line with our chest here. And elbows are kind of pointing backwards. So try and reach those elbows back as we just lift just the heart forward, just the chest forward. Keep the ribs on the mat and then lowering down. And you can move, kind of turn your face from side to side. So you're just gonna lift up. And as you lower down, squeeze those shoulder blades, reach the elbow. Let's do one more to each side. And down. It's a little mini push-up. And up and down. And now we're gonna press all the way up into full extension, just to really feel that front of the body open up. So we press. And nice. Let's just stay there for a moment. Look over the left shoulder. So straighten those elbows out if you can. Ron Lynn.
Oh,
Come all the way up.
yeah. Oh, God.
And then
Okay.
turn for the right shoulder. And then you can come down. Want to do that one more time?
Okay.
So let's take it. Also, you're in your hands. You're going to extend your elbows all the way up, straightening them out. I'm having a little spasm down there myself. Lifting up. Look over the right shoulder here.
Oh.
Look over the left shoulder and then lower back down.
Oh.
Awesome. I tell you what, time flies when you're having fun. Let's see if you can all just bring yourself up to sitting again. And we'll finish up right there. Go ahead and if you can sit cross-legged. And we're just going to do a fun little finish. I think it's fun. So we're going to, you might not. Okay, we're going to just kind of fall forward and then press up. So fall into your hands forward. If you can, lift that low belly and lift the heart. And you can fall to the right and press up. Fall to the right, like you're in a little push-up position with your arms and press up. Let's fall to the left and press up. Fall to the left and press up. Now let's fall to the right and press up. And then go to the center and press up. And go to the left. And press up and go to the left again. Press up. One last time here. Into the center. Press up. And over to the right. And press up. And sit up as tall as you can. Take a nice deep breath. Inhale. Fully feel the lungs. Completely still. Nice. A big cough. Get all the air out. Beautiful. We're going to finish right there. Thank you so much for coming. And that was fun.
Oh, God.
More fun or what?
Over what?